In this session, we will talk the embedded device architecture layers versus security activities. In the embedded architecture layer, what are all the security activities we need to consider? So that aspect we can see. Example, if we take the interfaces and communication layer, example the Bluetooth, USB, JTAG, CAN bus, serial port. So these are all the major interfaces, right? So when we create the security requirements, we need to consider the interfaces and communication related requirements. Secure component selection, when we do, we need to consider, and secure architecture and design guidelines we need to provide for this layer also. Threat model risk assessment. When we do the threat model risk assessment, we need to consider secure coding. When we do the secure coding for these interfaces and communication implementation, we need to follow the secure coding guidelines, and the relevant modules also we need to check, like interface, like drivers or binary files. We need to execute the SAST as well as the SCA. First test, whenever it is required, based on our scope, we need to conduct the first test also. Then penetration testing, we need to do thorough penetration test to secure the application end to end for the interfaces and communication layer. Then embedded application layer, here also all the activities we need to do, like security requirements, secure component selection for the application related components, secure architecture and design guidelines, threat model and risk assessment, secure coding, SAST, SCA, first test, penetration test. These activities we need to consider for this application. Drivers and libraries also, all the activities we need to consider. Operating system, all the activities we need to consider. And kernel layer also, the required security requirements, secure component selection, secure architecture and design guidelines, threat model, secure coding, SAST, SCA, first test, penetration test. So this aspect we need to consider. And the bootloader, when we do the bootloader related security, the required security requirements, secure component or software selections we need to do, secure architecture design guidelines we need to provide, threat model risk assessment, secure coding, SAST, SCA, first testing, penetration testing we need to do. Hardware related configurations, so these aspect also we need to consider in all the layer of the activity. Whenever we do the any embedded related security, we need to consider all these activities and we need to execute in all the layer of the embedded device, so that it will be very useful to achieve end-to-end security to prevent any cyber threats in the production. Okay, finally conclusion, when we do the embedded device security controls or security controls implementation or security controls validation or penetration test, we need to conduct in all the architecture layer of the device, so that it will be helpful to achieve end-to-end security. Okay, I am closing this presentation now. I will see you in next session. Bye.